So it's another good morning from me. I'm down at Flinders this week for this week's vlog episode. I'm at a place called Tea Tree Creek. So it's pretty much right next door to Flinders, where the blowhole is. Same thing. We've got some ocean beaches, and there's some really beautiful rocks and things to take photos of. And I'm down here just at high tide. So I've never been here right on high tide, so I'm not exactly sure what to expect this week. So it's going to be a bit of a surprise for me. I'm just walking through just down a beautiful sort of it's almost like a little sort of forested area here, and the trees come right over me. But obviously it's that autumn time, so the leaves have fallen, and we've got sort of the oranges, and we've still got green. It's probably a bit early for it to be fully orange, but it's beautiful. I'm just trying to keep my voice down just a little bit, just so I can hear all the noises. And there's usually I normally see kangaroos and all kinds of wildlife in here, so just keep my voice down for the wildlife. But I've got birds all around me. It's just great to be back out in nature. So I'm looking forward to getting down, hopefully getting some shots. So I'll see you guys down there once I get down there. So I'm out of that forested area now, and you've probably got maybe a 50-metre walk as you come out, and you've got all these cliffs and just grassy area around me. I'm just starting to hear the sound of that ocean. I'm just getting to the top now. I'm looking down. Yeah, we've got definitely some ocean waves coming in. So this is pretty much what I can see here all around me. It's what you'd expect from this sort of place. It's just sensational. So I'm going to get myself down, see what the possibilities of the sort of shots I can get, because I'm used to coming here on low tide, and I can get onto all the rocks and where all the rock pools and stuff are. I've taken a few shots, which I'll pop in this video, a few shots that I've taken previously of the rocks. The one thing that I do love about this place is, as you walk down, you get to sort of the top of the cliff, and there's this beautiful sort of waterfall. There must be a stream that runs down the side of me over here, and it gets to the top of the cliff, and it just trickles over that cliff, so it just creates a really nice, beautiful, it's very small sort of waterfall, but just the way it comes down the cliff face. But I'll put those photos that I've taken previously in this video, just so you can see. But I'm a couple of minutes away now from getting down there. The waves look huge, as they do always sort of here. I might get the drone up actually, just so I can show you guys just what I'm seeing. So, but anyway, thanks for joining me again, guys, and I'll see you when I get down there. Right, so I found my first location. I'm sitting on the edge of a cliff, looking down at this quite spectacular rock. It's like a big rock formation, and on the top of the rock formation there's like this greeny orangey sort of moss or plantage or flowerage. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Believe me, I'm not going to actually try to get any closer to see. Those waves down there are really crashing in. So it's definitely on high tide now. Some of those waves are a couple of meters, I'd say, probably 2 meters. So what I'm looking at, as you'll see on the camera, I'm looking straight down from sort of the edge of the cliff. I've just got a bit of grass. I think it's some grasses in front of me on the edge of the cliff. So I want to lead the eye from there down to that big rock where the waves are absolutely crashing into that rock, just creating a nice sort of cascade effect as the waves rush. As they hit, then the waves sort of the water comes off, and it just creates a nice sort of cascade effect off those rocks down there. I have been down there before, but on low tide. You have to get down there. I think it's maybe the tide has to be about 1.4 to see any of the rocks down there and get any decent photography. But today I'm going to keep my distance with it being such a rough day down there. But yeah, I'm going to get this shot. So I think I'm going to get a shot where I'm going to try and just stop those waves. As they hit that rock, I'm going to try and get them just to stop and create that effect where you can really see the force in the waves. So I'll probably look at something around a 1/500 if I can get that. No filters on here today. It's quite overcast. Obviously, you don't want to be using filters when you're trying to stop the motion of the water because you need a quick shutter speed. But I'm going to take a couple of shots. I'll post them up, see what you think. Yeah, and comment in the video below. All right, I found the last spot for the day. So I've moved probably 10 meters closer to the water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a shot again, looking out at this rock. The tide's starting to go out, so it's given me a few more options with some of these beautiful, just some of these rocks down here. There's a bit of seaweed sitting over the top of a rock in front of me. So I'm going to set up a shot where I'm looking at that rock. I've got the water sort of crashing in again to all of the cliff line, but I've got the water just coming up and breaking in front of me. So I'm going to try and get maybe a 1 second exposure just to get a really nice effect. And it's sort of the water surrounding this rock that has the seaweed on it, so it gives it a really beautiful, vibrant colour to that seaweed with that white water, that misty water around it. Again, it's really quite a moody day today, so I think just with the dark contrasts in that water and then that beautiful yellow seaweed, I think it's going to turn out to be a really nice shot. So I'm going to take a couple of shots. I'll probably play with the shutter speed a little bit. I do have a 6-stop ND filter on, so I'm going to be looking at probably around an f11 sort of 1 second exposure. I've got that Nissi the Nissi ND on the front there, just to darken the scene down so I can actually get to that 1 second shutter speed. So I'm going to play around and see what I can get, and hopefully I can get something really beautiful. But look, to be honest with you, just sitting here listening to those waves crashing, it's just absolutely sensational. So even if I get nothing good today, just to be out in nature around these waves, the amount of different birds I've seen flying around also, it just adds to being out in nature. So if you ever get a chance to get down here, come down, check it out. There's plenty of little spots. If on the other side of where I am now, there's all of the rock pools, but unfortunately with it being high tide, I couldn't get to the rock pools today, so that'll be another video, I'm sure. But yeah, what a day, it's just absolutely gorgeous to be out. So let's get this shot. So I've moved over to the other side now where the rock pools are, as the high tide has receded a little bit. So over this way here is where the ocean comes in, and there's a cliff line that runs all along. It must go for k's and k's and k's, but all here in front of me, they're all rock pools. I'm not sure if you can see behind me, but I'm standing in between rock pools here. So what I can see is I've got the shot set up where I'm looking down towards a rock pool. Just to the left of me, I have almost like a little waterfall that's cascading down the rocks, and then I'm looking out at the ocean in between, and then obviously the cliff line running all the way down. So this should turn out to be a really, really nice shot. I've got to get it right though. So I'm going to look at doing a long exposure here. I'm going to try possibly around a second, I think, because I don't want that water in the background to be too I want to have a little bit of definition in that water in the background there. So I'll take a couple of shots. I've still got the 6-stop ND filter on, so I'll get a couple of shots, see what I can get, and then I'll post them up.